Here is a number the credit card company does not put on the application form. If you carry a $1,000 balance on the average credit card and make only minimum payments, by the time that balance is cleared, you will have paid $2,847. That is not a worst case. That is not a predatory lender. That is the average credit card at the average interest rate with minimum payments, which is how the majority of credit card holders in the world manage their balance every single month. Credit cards are the most elegantly designed wealth extraction tool ever created. Today we show you exactly how the mechanism works, why it was designed this way on purpose, and the simple framework that separates the people who use credit cards from the people credit cards use. This is the Wealth Slate. Let's run the exact math. Most people understand that credit cards charge interest. What most people do not understand is how the interest is calculated, how minimum payments are set, and why those two things interact to create an almost perfect wealth extraction mechanism. Here is how it works. You spend $1,000 on a credit card. The credit card company charges you an annual percentage rate. The average across most markets sits between 20 and 24%. That sounds like a yearly rate. But interest is compounded monthly, which means the effective rate is higher than it appears. The minimum payment is typically set at 1 to 2% of the outstanding balance, or a flat minimum of around $25, whichever is higher. This sounds manageable. It is designed to sound manageable. That is the mechanism. The minimum payment is not designed to clear your debt. IT is designed to keep you in IT. Let us run the exact numbers that the credit card company will not run for you. Balance: $1,000. Interest rate: 22% annually. Minimum payment: 2% of balance. Minimum $25. Month 1. Your minimum payment is $20, but the floor is $25, so you paid $25. Of that $25, approximately $18.33 is interest. Only $6.67 reduces your actual balance. You now owe $993.33. Month 2. Your balance is slightly lower, so your minimum payment drops slightly. The interest component remains nearly the same. Your balance reduces by less than $7 again. At minimum payments, $1,000 takes 17 years and 2 months to clear. Total paid, $2,847, 17 years, on $1,000. For something you bought, used, and probably forgot about within months of purchasing it. This is not a bug in the system. This is the system working exactly as designed. How they designed it this way on purpose. Credit card companies do not profit from people who pay their balance in full every month. Those people, known internally as deadbeats by the industry, use the card for convenience and pay nothing in interest. Credit card companies profit from people who carry balances. The minimum payment is set specifically to maximize the time a balance is carried, and therefore the interest extracted from it. The psychology of the minimum payment is sophisticated. It signals the lowest acceptable behavior, which most people treat as the default. You are not told you should pay more. You are told the minimum. And most people pay the minimum. The reward system, points, cashback, airline miles, exists to make cardholders feel they are winning the relationship. In aggregate, the rewards paid out represent a small fraction of the interest revenue generated. The reward is funded by other cardholders' interest payments. Rewards are real. They are funded by people who carry balances. Those people are paying for your points. Understanding why the minimum payment trap works requires understanding 3 psychological mechanisms that credit card design deliberately exploits. The first is anchoring. The minimum payment is displayed prominently. It anchors your perception of what a reasonable payment is. Most people pay close to the minimum not because they cannot afford more, but because the minimum has anchored their sense of what is normal. And second is present bias. The pain of paying more today is immediate and certain. The benefit of paying less interest is abstract and distant. Human brains consistently choose to avoid immediate pain over distant benefit. The minimum payment exploits this perfectly. The third is optimism bias. Most people believe they will pay it off soon, next month, after the bonus, after the holiday. The industry knows this. The minimum payment is designed to keep the debt alive through every next month that never quite arrives. Anchoring plus present bias plus optimism bias equals 17 years of interest payments. There are 2 types of credit card user. One group uses credit cards as a tool. The other group is a resource for credit card companies. Group 1 pays the full balance every month without exception, uses the card for convenience and rewards. Pays zero interest, extracts points funded by Group 2. This group benefits from credit cards. Group 2 carries a balance, pays minimum or near minimum payments, pays 20 to 24% interest annually, funds the rewards of Group 1. This group is the product. The dividing line between the two groups is not income. There are high-income people in Group 2 and low-income people in Group 1. The dividing line is a single rule: never carry a balance, ever, for any reason. If you cannot pay the full balance this month, do not make the purchase this month. One rule: never carry a balance, ever. That is the entire framework. So here is the Wealth Slate verdict on credit cards. Credit cards are not evil. They are tools. Like most tools, they serve whoever understands them better. The credit card company understands compounding interest, minimum payment psychology, and anchoring better than most of their customers. That asymmetry of understanding is the product. If you currently carry a balance, here is the only plan worth following. Stop adding to it. List every card with its balance and interest rate. Pay minimums on all of them. Put every available dollar at the highest rate card first. When it is cleared, redirect that payment to the next one. This is called the avalanche method, and it is mathematically optimal. Once the balance is zero, the rule is simple. Pay the full statement balance every month, without exception. Use the card, collect the points, pay nothing in interest, and become one of the deadbeats the industry complains about. Being called a deadbeat by a credit card company is the highest possible compliment. This is the Wealth Slate. Financial truth, told in black and white. New video every week. See you then.